So, how similar is the Vulcan to the 177?
Chassis that basically the lower half of the chassis from 177 is used, and then we modify the upper and we modify heavily the chassis itself. The engine is all new, the body is all new, suspension is all new for Vulcan, so really it shares a little bit of DNA with 177, but it's mostly a new product.
So it's not a hybrid like other cars, and it's a V12 engine under the hood. So what do you have to say about this?
It's a naturally aspirated V12, which is handmade, hand-built. It's a race engine built by ProDrive, our race partner, for all of our GT3 cars. So in terms of the visceral feeling of driving, this is raw power, and that's really, really important for Vulcan. Hence the name Vulcan. It's a very exciting name. The power of the car is evident in its name, in its engine, in its visual language as well.
So tell me about the interiors. It's looking, amazing.
Yeah,
It's like a very angry car.
we build sports cars. We build luxury sports cars, and even though this is a track-based car, the interior needed to be of a level that was right for our customers. You are personally fitted to your interior, the seat is personally fitted to you, and then everything else on the interior is about getting functionality right for the driver, having the dials in the right position. The steering wheel is built by a Formula One manufacturer. The steering wheel itself is the price of a small car, a small road car. So that's very, very important. And everything that you need as a driver is to hand, because some of the acceleration and the speed that the car is capable of, it needed to be that way. And then I wanted something that looked very modern, very no recognition of anything else we've done, because this is just about the driver, more like a future racing car.
Meeting all the FIA safety requirements, we can just take the car for racing. Are you planning to race it?
Car will support the owners at the racetrack, so they come with Aston Martin support. There's a program of events that go around the car as well, and it really is about the driving experience. You as an owner need do nothing. Turn up, we have a race suit for you, we have a helmet for you, we have an instructor, we have days set aside, we have different tracks and circuits you can visit. So you literally do nothing. You just turn up, and then you have a happy day.
So only 24 will be made?
Only 24 will be made.
And the persons who own the car will have to go under a driver training program, right?
Yes.
So what about that? First with your Vantage?
That's included. Yes. And the price of the car, the training is included.
Okay.
So we basically start with a V12 Vantage S on the track. Next comes a GT4. Well, actually, then comes a 177. So we loan a 177, and then comes a GT4 car. So you understand the basics of an Aston Martin in a V12 Vantage S, which is a powerful car anyway, 565 horsepower. Then you get into a 177, which is again 7.2 litres, 750 horsepower, so again very, very powerful. And then you understand traction by driving in a GT4 car, which is not as powerful, but it's on slicks with traction control systems, a true race car. Then you get into the Vulcan, and there are 3 settings. So the first setting is 500 horsepower only.
Okay.
As you improve, we give you 650 horsepower.
Okay.
As you improve, then you finally
So
turn
how
up.
do you do that?
It's through a ECU that controls the engine output. So effectively we've set 3 stages, and each time you come after your training, we then reset the car to the higher horsepower. At the end of your day, or the first 2 days, you're driving at 850 VMAX, which is well over 200 miles an hour.
Alright, so the Vulcan is more powerful than the 177, and it
Yes.
is lighter than the 177.
Yes.
So how it will help with the performance? It has got 800 plus bhp, I hope so, right?
Yes,
So
850.
850 to be precise. Alright.
We don't really say, but it's 850 plus.
Okay.
Fast, beautiful race car on the track.
So it can be used on road as well as on the racetrack.
There is a road conversion kit that we don't do, Aston Martin doesn't do, but we work with a supplier who can basically turn for some customers in certain markets to have a road going version of the car.
So the Vulcan can be used on road. How do you think about that?
I would love it. You saw it on the streets of Dubai 2 nights ago. It's an amazing scene to see. The car sounds spectacular, looks spectacular. And if I was one of the 24, I would want a road
So we all
conversion.
know that you are a keen racer. You are so much interested in
Yes,
racing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
have you driven the car?
I have driven the car, yeah. Not to its full potential yet. But the next event in Yas Marina towards the end of the year and early next year, I'll be driving the car at VMAX.
Okay, cool. So how good is the technical support from Mercedes?
It's you as you buy the car, you have a package of support. So you can choose to have your own people or our people, depending on where you want to keep the car, how you want to run the car. But it's as much as you would like as a customer. So you can say, look, I want 15 guys always here, always running the car, and then the cost goes to you. But we will support all of the customers and their needs, even to the point where in some arenas there will be a single type race approval. So someone will decide to race their Vulcan. Places like the Nürburgring have a special entry section that you could race the car in as well, and there will be invitational races. So again, we'd support with full race support in that respect also.
So what about the future Aston Martin designs? I mean, the Vulcan looks more wider.
Yeah.
It looks more angry. So what about that? So how will be the future Astons will be?
Well, we're showing Vulcan to show really the stretch of imagination that now exists within the products. If you look from a Lagonda to a Vulcan, they are so far apart and so different, all part of the same brand. And for me, Vulcan it's important because it does set a very different language to an Aston Martin. You still recognize it as an Aston Martin, but it doesn't have a typical grille. It doesn't have a typical tail, a rear end. It has a very unusual side profile, but there is some Aston Martin in its DNA. So it really points the way for future products in the sports car arena.
So, and my final question is like slightly out of the topic,
Yeah.
but I'm like everyone around the world are much interested to know about your re-entry into the Formula One.
Yes.
So, seriously, sometime before we all heard the news like you are going to re-enter into Formula One with the Force One motors. So, Force One team. So, what do you have to say about that?
We haven't made an official announcement. We are always talking. We're always happy to talk. We're talking to many people about many possibilities. There is no confirmed answer. It would be a great thing to do.
Okay, so we will expect a positive news from your side.
You can expect some news from us, yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.